Hi, everybody.
Hello, we are Ryan and Bethany.
From Ryan and Bethany Board Game Reviews.
All right, today we're going in our Wayback Machine to review Puerto Rico. This is one of our first major games that we bought, and we have been loving it ever since.
But before we do that, we're going to get into our pounds and inches segment. So one of the things that I have been trying to do, as some of you guys might already know, is try to get up early enough to walk our eldest to school. We live about a half mile away from her elementary school, and I haven't been doing awesome at it, but I did it 2 times this week. But I was able to supplement that with going to the park or playing outside as well. I just think it's really important for our kids to be outside, at least while the weather is nice enough for them to be outside and it's not like negative 20 yet.
So. Yeah, that's coming soon. For me, I have been getting a lot of use out of my Fitbit. And frankly, there's so much usage I'm even not getting. There's so many different tools and functions in there. One of the things that's kind of cool is like a community aspect of it. You can challenge people to events and to walking challenges. We'll do it to each other sometimes. But if anybody's interested in joining me and adding me, go ahead and message me on YouTube or on Facebook or any of those places, and I will send you my information and we can walk together.
All right. Enough about that. Let's talk about Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico is a action selection game where you're trying to play these different roles in order to gain the most amount of points. You can be the mayor, you can be a builder, you can be a trader, all these different roles that you can sort of take turns taking on to build up your prestige. But let's have Ryan show you how that works.
Here is the setup for Puerto Rico. I have it set up for a 4-player game. This is the player boards. This is the main board where you're going to buy all of your buildings. We also have all of our roles, plantations, our ships, our colonists, and then there's all the different goods that we're going to be buying, as well as the victory points. Over the course of the game, we're going to take turns being the governor. The governor then takes the first chance at selecting one of the different roles that you can take. So let's go over what those roles are. The settler, what you can do is everyone gets a chance to take one of these plantations. However, the settler, whoever chooses a role, gets like an upgraded version of that. So when you choose the settler role, you have the option of taking either the quarry or one of those, and you get first pick. Then everyone else gets a chance to buy them as well. You discard the remaining ones and put out a new set of 5. The mayor role is how you're going to put more colonists out on your board. So the mayor gets 1 free colonist from the supply, and then takes all the colonists off of the colonist ship, distributes them starting with themselves, going in a clockwise order. So if there's, let's say, 5 colonists on the colonist ship and there are 4 players, the mayor's going to get 1, then distribute out, 1 to the 4 different players, and then the leftover 1 goes to themselves. So they'll end up with 3, where everyone else will only get 1. But again, everyone gets a benefit, but whoever chose that role gets the main benefit. Craftsman is how you're going to build your different goods. In order to have a goods built, you need to have both the plantation and the matching production building that goes along with it, and they both have to be manned by these colonists. The only exception is corn. Corn is kind of self-producing, so you don't really need a production building for it. That's why it's worth the least amount of money also. Trader is a great role if you're looking for more money. Everyone gets a chance to trade goods at the trading house, and here's the chart telling you how much everything is worth. However, whoever chose the trader role gets $1 additional on top of anything else they might get. The builder is how you're going to build all your buildings over here. The prices are listed inside the circle, and how many victory points they're worth is at the red number at the top corner. Whoever chose the builder role gets a $1 discount from their build. The captain phase is how you're going to ship the goods that you've built in these shipping boats here. You get a victory point per good that you ship, but whoever chose the captain role gets 1 additional victory point. And the prospector is kind of just a last resort thing. You get $1 from the bank if nothing else there works for you. So in a 4-player game, only 4 of these are going to get chosen. So let's say we chose these ones here. The leftover ones are all going to get $1 or doubloon on them. So that way next round, when they're all available, whoever chooses those roles gets an extra incentive to take those ones. So you're building plantations, you're building buildings. The game ends when one of 3 things happens. Either someone has built their entire building section at the top of their board, or all of the victory points are completely exhausted, or all of the colonists are gone as well. So when one of those things happens, the game triggers the end. You finish that round, you count up your points, whoever has the most points wins. The points comes from the chips that you earned from shipping, the red number that's on the buildings, and then also on these 5 large buildings here, they have some special text. If you have a colonist on them, they might do things like it says, 1 victory point for each violet building. So between the victory point chips, the buildings, and then the special abilities on the large buildings, whoever has the most amount of points wins the game.
So one of the things that I really enjoy about this game, I guess is something that not a lot of people agree with, but it's my favorite part of the game. The box says 3 to 5, but there is a 2-player variant that Ryan and I play a lot. And I feel like this game scales beautifully to any player count that you're playing. I feel like a 2-player game feels the exact same as a 5-player game, and I don't feel like you get that a lot in a bigger game like this, but I just feel like the way that they do it and how you play, I mean, I get the exact same feel, I get the exact same meat regardless of what player count.
I really enjoy all the different roles that you can choose in this, and it seems like all the different paths are viable. You know, if you try a building route or a shipping route, you're going to get a ton of points either way, or some hybrid of the two, and I think that's really cool.
Speaking of the different roles, I like that when a different role is chosen, it doesn't mean that you're just sitting there. Every player is playing on every turn. The only thing that changes is that when it's your turn, you get a special ability based on the role, which Ryan showed you. But I just like that there's no downtime. You're playing every single turn.
The timing of when you choose certain roles is really important, and it makes the decisions really, really tense and a lot of fun. If you want to choose being the captain so you can ship goods, that would deny someone else the right to be captain. All those kinds of things. You get discounts being off the builder, and then that would mean someone else couldn't afford the building that they really wanted. That makes it really fun, really tight, and I enjoy that.
The only thing I'm not a huge fan of this game, and it's really a nitpick, is the artwork. It's really blah. I mean, but the game is so good that I don't even notice the blah artwork because it really carries its own.
Yeah, I think it was pretty standard back then just to have just bare minimum amount of artwork. And the chits, I could probably use a little bit more thickness out of them. They're really, really thin, but it doesn't distract from the game at all. They still work just fine.
All right, so overall, this is a game I really, really like, and this is how much I like it. I have lost many a night's sleep by trying to leave the group to go to bed, because we host a lot of things at our house, to go to bed because I am just done with the night. And then people will be like, hey, Bethany, I know it's 11 o'clock, but do you want to play Puerto Rico? And I'm like, oh, yes, I do. Why do you do this to me? So if that gives you any sense of how I feel about this game, then that should like really let you see into my brain as somebody who really prioritizes her sleep.
Yeah, this game is fantastic. This is one of the ones that Bethany kind of mentioned when we were talking about it earlier, that this is the game that, some people talk about what game got them into the hobby. This is a game that for us solidified us in the hobby. This is where we want to be. If games are like this,
yeah,
this is how we want to spend our time. So we've been having a lot of fun playing it. We never turned down a game of it, and we just recently bought the double expansion pack, and it just adds even more. Yeah. So maybe later we'll talk about that in a future episode, but this is a game that we're going to keep around on our shelf for a very long time. All right, everybody, we have our spooky October month coming up. We're going to review all spooky games all the time, so keep your eyes open for that. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel, Ryan and Bethany Board Game Reviews, so you don't miss any of those. We're also on Facebook, Ryan and Bethany Board Game Reviews. We're on Instagram, it's Ryan and Bethany with underscores in between. We're on Twitter, at Ryan and Bethany 1. And we have our blog on BoardGameGeek.com. It's called Pounds and Inches, where we talk a little bit more about our health lives and the journey that we're taking there.
All right, well, this is Ryan. I'm Bethany, encouraging you to play games, live healthy, and create moments. Bye, guys.
Bye, everyone.